what's your take on this whole Conor Floyd Mayweather talk? Are you a fan of it? Is it a shit show to you? Is it a bit of a circus? Because if you get why they put all those marketing dollars into Ronda, you can get why the only thing Dana White is talking about is Floyd Mayweather versus Conor. Yeah,
I get it. I get it 100%. And so then we go back to what I really care about, which is fighting. And as opposed to that other stuff, which I accept and acknowledge. Because
you have to. It's reality.
Because I have to. It's reality. Yeah. I hate that, but it's true. And the fighting. I do want to see that fight.
Me too.
I really want to see that fight. The biggest thing for me that is really weird, and this is just, it's just one more plateau to try to figure out how to hack through in an innovative way. And it's possibly one that's way too big. And Conor's answer to things is think around them, is innovate around them. He cannot beat Floyd Mayweather by just going in and being a boxer. But is there, and I know when I say this, it sounds like I'm saying two opposite things, but I don't believe I am. Is there a way to beat him not thinking like a boxer? Now, I know I only have two hands, but can I beat him by setting some different trap he's unfamiliar with?
Which is why I give Conor a chance, because and people go, it's ridiculous, he'd eat him up in boxing. Correct. If Conor sits there in front of him and plays that Canelo Alvarez game where he just does what a boxer would do, then yeah, Floyd eats him up all day. Yeah. Conor's not going to do that because he's not a pure boxer.
No,
he's going to come from different angles. Yeah. It's a different distance.
100%.
His stance is going to be narrow. He's going to go southpaw, traditional. Yeah. Complete. His hands are going to be down. It's something that Floyd hasn't had to deal with yet, and especially at an older age. And that's why. And we talk about fights that let the sport grow. This would do that.
100%. And I agree with you fully that the answer, the challenge of winning a fight, winning a contest with Floyd Mayweather is not achieved by trying to outbox Floyd Mayweather. It's trying to innovate around it somehow. Yes. And now, can you, to do that, you reverse engineer a situation in which you win. So I win by achieving this objective somehow. How could we achieve that objective? What's his name? He's a friend of Rogan's. He's that guy, the 4-hour work week.
Oh, Tim Ferriss.
Tim Ferriss. How would Tim Ferriss answer this? Tim Ferriss would find the hack, the answer to, and we should ask Tim Ferriss. Do you know him?
I do know.
Yeah.
Tim Ferriss would read someone else's thing and then regurgitate
it. So he's not a friend?
No. I love Tim Ferriss. I'm just saying that's what he interviews. Famous and successful people.
Exactly. But so what he does is he finds the ways that they find the back door to something.
Yes.
Is there a back door to beating Floyd Mayweather? Just abstractly thinking, with only using two fists and the rules and the structures that you have.
I think it is keeping it unconventional, not 100%. Being a boxer, using his distance that he used in the UFC, not sitting in front of him. And for the UFC, and for guys like us, it's a win-win. Even if Floyd or even if Conor loses, if he doesn't get knocked out, we win.
Yeah.
We win.
Yeah, true.
You're the best of all time. Our guy's not even in your arena.
Exactly.
Just went 12 rounds with you.
Exactly. You know what? Another real...
Me and Ro were talking about this. Imagine if Conor won. Imagine if Conor knocked him out.
Imagine that. This is the greatest superhero of combat.
We'd have to get tattoos. We'd have to get Conor McGregor tattoos.
That's true.
I'd have to get one on my fucking neck.
Ass.
With everything. I don't know what we would do. The world would explode if he knocked out Floyd Mayweather.
Well, and all of a sudden, conversations about the greatest of any... I mean, it would just be insane if he could do it.
He'd be the new Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Conor should just retire. Yeah, he'd just retire.
And he probably would.
I'm best of all time.
I mean, I would if I was.
What? So I'd walk off.
What's another important ingredient? If we're starting with a macro answer, we're looking for the hack, the way to backdoor this. One is we move backwards. We move away from Mayweather. Mayweather is weakest coming forward. And McGregor is strong, moving backwards. Mayweather may go, you come here, no, you come here, everybody boos. Fuck it, too bad. I'm going to wait until you come forward. That's at least a starting place.
True.
Move away from him.
True.
You know?
And force Floyd to come forward. And that, hopefully Floyd has the arrogance, because it's boxing, to think he can't come forward on a guy like Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
And he will be sadly mistaken when he eats that left hand.
Yeah.
From a different angle that no one throws.
Yeah. So when we're having this conversation, there are currently boxing experts that, if they were listening to this, are just like, anything we've said that has made any sense, we've now lost all our credibility. We're complete clowns. But I truly believe there's always an answer. There is no answer if you're just going to try to outbox that man. But there's an answer if you're going to change the game, innovate the way that people fight with their hands. And people will be like, boxing's been around for 100 years, everything's been done. Well, as soon as you think that, that's when somebody comes along and fucks with it.
And that's why I give Conor McGregor a shot when I analyze his fight, because he is not going to box him. Yeah. He's coming from different angles, different southpaw, traditional distance that we haven't seen Floyd Mayweather fight yet.
And I almost don't want to put this one out there, but fuck, how will he respond to faked kicks? Can you, in boxing, am I allowed to move my hips the way ever I want?
Of course you are.
You know,
there's nothing in the rule book.
Yeah, exactly. So that all of a sudden, if Floyd, that crosses his mind, well, now I better get in with some of these guys. That's the way you do it. You don't just go, are you fucking kidding me? I've seen this guy box. He's a novice compared to me. If you do that, McGregor has a chance. If you start accepting the truth that this is an actual challenge, for a lot of reasons, you'll bring in guys to emulate all kinds of things, because you need to be familiar with the things you'll see. Because Mayweather is an over-preparer. So he has to keep with that, even though he's way better than this man at the thing they're going to compete in. Because if he doesn't, this guy will come in with some hacks that you're not expecting.
And good luck trying to find a guy to emulate Conor McGregor in training camp. Yeah. We can find a counter puncher to emulate Floyd Mayweather. Maybe not as good as defense, but we can find it.
Yeah.
It's easier to emulate a counter puncher, pure boxer, than a mixed martial artist who's competing in a boxing event.
But the hardest thing is to emulate the best one.
Yes.
That's a problem. But I believe what we're saying is in the realm of possibility, but it is not answered. If it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Floyd Mayweather doesn't get touched. Okay, McGregor hasn't got touched a great deal lately either. And he's got a huge reach advantage. He's way bigger.
I would bet my life savings when they fight, Conor touches him.
Yeah, for sure. And that's
the out, though. I don't like that. Whenever I get in this debate with someone, they go, Floyd's the best of all time. Canelo couldn't do anything. He's the best of all time. You were talking about
everything you're saying is true. What you're saying is true.
That does nothing for this argument. That means nothing to me right now.
I agree with you. But we're thinking outside the box. Yeah. And that's the only way that you have any shot. Yep. So the conversation that we're having begins with the only mindset that's possible.
You have to be open-minded to Conor McGregor approaching this in a different way and not engage in a pure boxing match.
Exactly. And even still, you know, he's so much bigger than this man who doesn't land very hard on people. But if McGregor tried to box him, but he wouldn't. It's fascinating.
It's a fun debate. I love talking about it. And I think it's going to happen. I really do.
I do too. Actually, I really do too. Again, we go back to reality. So this one suits both. We like it because from a combat and a curiosity, it's great. And actually, in all this
checks
shit,
off both.
It works because
the biggest fight in the world.
Yeah, they want to make money. The reason that Mayweather Promotions and the UFC exist is to make money off of combat sports. So they do that.
You're talking about the two biggest moneymakers ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Combining.
And
it's a win-win for everybody.
Exactly. And so that's why the best deals that you ever make in your life, and you've probably made a lot of them because you're doing really well, is a deal that works for everybody involved.
True.
You and the other person.
True.
And when it also works for fans, and when it works.
It's a win-win.
It's a win. It'll happen.